Well, let me give you just a brief background on that, because anybody can say that they're passionate about those issues. That sign story sort of ignited me against the city of Mesa. And I formed an organization called Citizens for Lower Taxes. And I campaigned against a proposed cable tax increase of quite a bit of money. In fact, the city council had passed the resolution to raise cable taxes in Mesa. We actually marched on City Hall, a real march. You hear people marching on City Hall. We actually did it, held a protest, and started an initiative to repeal their action. Long story short, they backtracked, and we saved the city of Mesa taxpayers $40 million. I was in my late 20s at the time, and they thought that this is somebody that they had to kind of get a handle on, control, if you will. And so they put together this City of Mesa Financing the Future Committee. They asked me to serve on it. I was the token conservative on the committee, and I was on this committee with a lot of the city father types. The purpose of the committee was to justify the establishment of a property tax in Mesa, which does not have a primary property tax to this day. For 18 months, I served on that committee, digging in deep into the finances of the city of Mesa. That's where I first started to learn about government finance and government bureaucracies and how that whole thing works. Bottom line, end of the day, I was the only one of 15 members to vote against recommending a property tax for the citizens of Mesa, and it failed. They successfully passed it out without my vote, but it did fail at the ballot box 60-40. I believe very strongly that when small business owners, or really even big business owners, have more of their money, they can invest that in their business and grow jobs and create wealth and prosperity for everybody. So for me, the things that I'm most passionate about, and this is reflective in my own legislative career as well, would be business income taxes and business property taxes. I voted for, when I was first in the legislature, the largest reduction in the personal income tax in state history. That was in 2007. I passed, it was my bill, the largest business tax cut in state history. That was last year while I was still the Speaker of the House. I voted to eliminate the state property tax on 3 separate occasions. We still had that property tax because those bills were vetoed by the governor. I believe strongly, if you look at the situation the country is in, it comes down to tax policy and regulatory policy. And I would reduce the corporate income tax rate to at least 20% or lower. I'd eliminate the capital gains tax. I'd eliminate the tax on dividends, and I think you'd see a flood of investment in the country. And I would also reduce the taxes on most small businesses who, as you all know, are filed as a sole proprietorship, a partnership, a sub-S, or an LLC, because those individuals pay the individual rate as opposed to the corporate rate. So tax policy happens to be an area where I've legislated every year that I was in the state house, whether it was proposing a flat tax or constantly trying to reduce one business tax or another, finally having success after 5 years last February when the bill passed and was signed by the governor.